All right, let's move on to another topic, the topic of inflation. I'm sure that's a favourite topic for you, Andrew. The Prime Minister is telling Australian families that the budget surplus is more important than providing cost of living relief. While cost of living relief would undoubtedly, or presumably, make the inflation crisis worse, isn't that a very difficult message to be telling Australians who are struggling to put food on the table, and particularly when Albanese promised them before the last federal election that life would be more affordable under his government?
Look, Sharri, we've been getting a lot of very confused messages from the opposition on the budget surplus. The truth is the opposition hates Labor's budget surplus, and the reason they hate it is because they couldn't deliver it in the 9 years that they were in office. In answer to your question, the budget surplus is helping Australians struggling with the cost of living. The budget surplus is taking pressure off inflation. The budget surplus is taking pressure off the RBA, which is taking pressure off interest rates. So that budget surplus is not an either-or between the budget surplus and cost of living. That budget surplus is helping the cost of living of every Australian struggling with a mortgage. It's helping the cost of living of every Australian trying to make ends meet and pay their bills. On top of that, the government is providing targeted relief in areas like energy, like childcare, and the largest increase in Commonwealth rent assistance ever. So it's not an either-or between the budget and the cost of living. The budget is a central element of our plan to support the cost of living, bring down inflation, and ease interest rates.
And yet, Sharri, the OECD has reported Australians have the largest fall in living standards in a year in the OECD. Australians are not feeling this, and critical economists like Mr Richardson have been saying it is cutting government spending that will actually assist in the inflation task.
But that creates, a bigger budget surplus.
This government is... I gave you a fair go, Andrew. This government is not doing anything to rein in its actual spending, and the budget figures actually show that. Inflation is higher than they anticipated, for longer than they anticipated in their budget, and that's hurting every single Australian family right now.
Bridget can't decide whether she wants a bigger budget surplus or a smaller budget surplus. Which one do you want?
I'm just saying what the economists are saying, Andrew, not just what you're saying. Mr Richardson was very, very clear that it is about cutting government spending, and your government is simply increasing spending across the board.
All right, we're out of time, both of you.
Assistance.
Andrew Charlton,
Thanks,
Bridget McKenzie, thank you both so much for joining me, as always, on a Wednesday.